Easter is a highly anticipated time for the New Zealand Chinese Association as members from across the country gather for their annual Easter tourney. This year it was held in Auckland and Milda was there.
Auckland's Waitakere Trust Stadium was the venue for the 60th annual New Zealand Chinese Association's Easter tournament, hosted by its Auckland branch last month. It's the biggest tournament to date.
There were 962 participants, and that's probably about at least 30 to 40% more than we've had in the past. So in the context of the sort of previous Easter tournaments, this is huge.
7 different branches here. There's a large contingent from Auckland, of course, and then Wellington's got a very large contingent, over 200 people, and about 50 from each of Canterbury and Otago.
Parents who've grown up with Easter tournaments, they've played as youngsters themselves, now have their own children, and they're keen for them to participate and become a part of the sort of history of the tournament.
There were only 3 sports played in the early days, but now it's grown to 12. Basketball has been the most popular, with 50 teams entering this year's competition.
And people are wanting us to add new ones all the time. There's questions today of why we didn't play table tennis, but you know, we've added new sports like hockey, indoor soccer, indoor netball. These tend to be mixed sports and they're growing more in popularity.
The annual Easter tournament is held on a rotation between 4 main cities: Auckland, Wellington, Christchurch and Dunedin. It's one way to bring their community together.
Well, that's just part of the philosophy of the tournament, is bringing together families. So there are lots of uncles and aunts who come out to watch their nieces and nephews play, and grandparents are very proud of watching their grandchildren playing. So, and that's part of the tournament. That's what we want to see.
Come on, bring it down!
In the 60 years, it's only held once outside the main centres. That was in Hamilton, way back in the early 1950s. But traditionally, it's held in the 4 main centres because, honestly, that's the only areas where there's enough Chinese to do a lot of the organising.
To mark the 60th year, their total budget was increased. However, as always, they rely on volunteers to reduce the cost, like these caterers who prepared the food for more than 1,000 people a day.
I work in an office. The person that's on the woks, he's a dentist, and everyone's just got normal daytime jobs. Some of us come from food backgrounds though, so we've sort of got a bit of knowledge on what to do.
Having the canteen here on the premises is a huge bonus, because people then stay around at the venue rather than disperse, and if they're around here all gathered together, it creates the atmosphere, and that's what we want. We want atmosphere here.
Well, I've met friends here. I mean, we met on a tournament like this 50 years ago. So it all brings back little small memories of what we used to do 50 years ago.
Oh, it's a good chance to catch up with old friends from way back when we were younger, and it's quick as some of these young fellas, and kind of takes us back to the old days. So this is good, quite good, and it's good to get all the young kids meeting with all the other kids around. And,
I'm still interested in playing basketball, so the young boy asked me to play. Yes, I play. That's why I'm still here.
The Easter event ends on the 4th day with a presentation ball.
Auckland has won the overall tournament trophy, which is always a nice thing to happen when it does. So yes, from that point of view, Auckland did win. But I think everybody won out in the end because they made the effort to come to Auckland and be part of this great experience.
Next year's tournament will be held in Christchurch.
Well, that's all we have for you this week. You can also watch our program online at www.tvnz.co.nz, keyword Asia Downunder. And if you have any community notices, you can send them to asiadownunder@extra.co.nz. And to our Thai, Lao and Cambodian friends, Happy New Year. See you next week. Ka kite ano.
This program was made with funding from New Zealand On Air.